When you take an evidence-based approach to artificial sweeteners, as compared to a simple internet search or social media for your information, you'll find that they have been studied extensively starting in animals as well as humans for long periods and have been found to not only be safe, but effective for weight management when you use them in place of added sugars to reduce your caloric intake. And these studies haven't been conducted and funded by one organization or solely by the companies that make the artificial sweeteners, despite the numerous conspiracy theories out there. Sucralose, for example, also branded as Splenda, is 600 times sweeter than sugar. When you consume it, the majority of it doesn't reach the bloodstream and ends up structurally intact in the feces and urine. The remainder is broken down into two metabolites, which also end up in the feces and urine. It's not utilized by the gut microflora. It doesn't accumulate anywhere in the body, including fat tissue. It's actually hydrophilic or water-loving. And it isn't toxic or cancer-causing when you look at the safety studies aimed solely at determining whether there are toxic effects. There have been studies conducted on rats, dogs, rabbits, and humans, including children. Over 100 studies, in fact, were conducted in animals and humans before sucralose was approved for use not just by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, but also by other major health organizations worldwide, including Health Canada, the European Union, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. Here's the interesting part that most people aren't aware of. Whether it's sucralose, aspartame, or sugar alcohols, the FDA establishes something called the ADI, or Acceptable Daily Intake. That is the amount you can consume every day that has been determined to be safe over a lifetime. This value is determined using, here's another acronym, the NOAEL, No Observed Adverse Effect Level, the level at which chronic intake doesn't cause any issues. So to get to the ADI, or Acceptable Daily Intake level, a 100-fold safety factor is applied to take into account any outliers or exceptions to the rule. You probably had a client like that before. So, in the case of sucralose, the daily amount which has shown to have no adverse effects is 500 milligrams per kilogram per body weight per day. And therefore, the ADI is 100 times lower at 5 milligrams per kilogram per day. The average intake in America is well below this, with the highest intake being at 3 milligrams per kilogram per day. In practical terms, the 5 milligram per kilogram per body weight per day equates to 23 packets a day or 15 diet sodas. And remember, most people don't consume this much on average, and there's a 100-fold safety factor built into this level. The bottom line on artificial sweeteners is they're effective to use in place of added sugars, like those in sugar-sweetened beverages and even purportedly healthy drinks like juice.